in my work, I do a lot of concept sorts with children. Concept sorts are a fun way for them to explore conceptually, obviously. So at the lower levels, we're doing picture sorts. Animals versus non-animals, or land animals versus sea animals. And they can sort pictures accordingly. But at the very end, at the upper levels, we're looking at vocabulary development, where we may go into their textbooks and look at the key vocabulary. So one of the things that I do is I look at the bolded words in a textbook, and I make a list of those content words. And then we think about how to examine those words, and we sort them conceptually. So for example, I was working with some kids, some fifth graders in LA, and we were looking at pre-Revolutionary War. And I took all the bolded words plus some other words, and then they divided them by British, as related to the British versus the Americans. And so this was a concept sort. Or a teacher in fourth grade who was looking at planets versus stars. And so some of the phrases were related to planets and some were by stars. And they could sort the words and phrases and then could see the differences between stars and planets. It's sort of like a KWL, except I think it's a little richer sometimes. I can walk around the room and see if kids can read the words that are bolded. And if they can't read them, that tells me about how they're going to read the text. They can also work with partners who can read the words, and they can sort conceptually. And so that help with a partner allows them to learn how to read the words, but it also allows them to work at their intellectual level. Just because they can't read the word representation doesn't mean that they can't understand the meaning of the word. And so concept sorts are a way for me to get the kids involved in sorting words conceptually and thinking deeply about words.